Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Grumman Pilot's YouTube channel. And today we're going to give you a view you probably haven't seen of the fuel cap receiver and the scupper. We had a wing that was so damaged we had to have it recycled, could not be repaired, but we took the time to cut it out, and you're going to be able to see it from the top, which you usually see all the time when you're fueling it, and we've also got a view from the bottom, so stay tuned for some more fun. So we would like to ask you please subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notify to stay current with our content. So obviously from the placard right above the fuel cap, you can see that it's a 19-gallon capacity, so this is off of a Traveler. But as you can see, there's a steel receiver around the top for receiving the fuel cap and allowing to lock on. The cap will have the tabs for mating with the receiver and locking, as well as a gasket, and this prevents water from getting into your fuel tank, and it also keeps your fuel from blowing out with the low pressure on the top and sucking the fuel out. And there you are, looking all the way down through the fuel cap, and we don't have a purple fuel. That's actually the blanket on my lap, but you kind of get the idea. And it's placarded for 100 low lead avgas only. This airplane obviously did not have the EAASTC for using auto fuel. And of course, then the cap locks right onto it. Now, that's on the top side. Let's take a look at what the bottom has to offer. And as you can see, the scupper, which is round and rides up a little proud of the skin of the wing, and it's attached with high adhesion fuel tank sealant. And then on the bottom, as you can see, there's the outline of the ring of where the bonding occurs. So there is fuel on that scupper when it's glued to the wing. Should it be coming delaminated, then there's a pattern of rivets that you would drill through the wing and into the scupper. You want to do that before it comes completely loose, so you can cleco it as you go along to get all the holes drilled. Then you would remove it, clean it, re-adhere it with high salt or high adhesion fuel tank sealant, and then put the rivets through wet, and then wipe the wing with acetone so you don't have any on the top of the wing. But that's how you would reattach one. To debond it, you're going to have to heat this and scrape it loose. That will break the bond, and that will get the entire scupper off. And then there's the fuel scupper drain, which goes through 3/8 inch tubing with a 1/4 inch internal diameter, available at Home Depot in 10-foot rolls, goes to the bottom of the wing, so any water that rains into the fuel scupper can find its way out the bottom of the wing. Those hoses do crack, and then here you can see the tabs on the receiver side and the tabs on the fuel cap and how they lock in together. So that's what a fuel scupper looks like from the inside of the wing. And again, this is something most people do not get to see. And again, high adhesion fuel tank sealant. Sometimes they used Hysol, but again, this is not a place for low adhesion fuel tank sealant, so don't use the 1422. Make sure you use the high adhesion. And then, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that there's some other sealants. It looks like bits of peanuts in the corners, but again, if you had to drill holes, you would drill them in a pattern, and you can kind of see some of the markings through the fuel tank sealant on the scupper drain itself. But again, this is what it looks like from the inside. And again, most people don't get to see this part of our wing. So hope you're enjoying this view. So here it is from a distance, and you'd have to open an access panel and bring the camera into the wing to be able to see this view. But again, it was a damaged wing that we cut a section out of to retrieve this, because we have somebody whose fuel cap receiver has completely corroded away and rusted, and it's not repairable. And here you go. So we're going to be sending this to a customer to use on their airplane. And then again, here's what it is with the fuel cap on the very top. Again, you'll notice that we have all the placards that are required by the FAA. Some people paint their fuel caps red to remind you to warn to make sure they're closed. But then the cap just lifts off, and you can see through it. And then if you're looking inside the wing, you're going to be able to look out. And this is what the fuel would see when you're poking your eye in to take a look at it. So, and this gives you a better view of all the receiver hardware that's built into the scupper to attach the fuel cap to the wing and hold it securely on the ground and in flight. And again, you want a good gasket so you don't have any fuel streaming over the wing. And if you do have a good gasket and you still have fuel streaming over the wing, well, then either the scupper's coming loose or the drain hose that goes through the wing from the top of the scupper to the bottom of the wing has got a crack in it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you found all this useful and informative and enjoyed the views. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day flying your Grumman. You know, forget buying expensive toys for your kittens and cats. We find that just taking the aircraft spruce box and the paper on the tile floor is more than enough amusement for them for hours.